Welcome to Momentum Trading Group. This is going to be the T4 simulator explanation. It will be an icon on your desktop. It'll look just like this, T4 simulator. You go ahead and click on that, enter in the firm name, which is what you'll get in your email, your username, and as well as your password. So once you log on, you'll have a whole bunch of boxes and everything will kind of pop up with a bunch of information. Just go ahead and close out of everything, and all you want to leave open is just this gray bar, just like that. And once you've done that, you'll see it has your username here in a drop-down menu, as well as Top Step Trader. And then from here, you just, welcome, things like that. Everything that you're going to do initially is going to be off of this little box here. And if you see right next to it, you just have a click down. A couple of ones that you're going to want to do. The first one I'm going to pull up is going to be the account board. What the account board is going to be is it's going to be basically your current balance. So you can see right now $52,587.20. You can see that there. So you want to kind of keep that open because it'll give you your P&L, any working orders, your net equity. It'll take out to your commissions, things like that. So you'll be able to see exactly what you're up. It'll give you a warning limit loss, things of that nature. So you don't necessarily need to see that throughout the day, but it's just nice to have open. The next one, what you're going to want to have open are going to be your charts. So if you click on that and you're going to just type in ES, or for the S&P 500, it's ES. Click that very top one there. And it's going to pull up just a basic chart here. I'm going to go ahead and delete this down just to remove everything so it's just a basic chart. I'm going to show you how to add things to the chart. So this is the S&P 500. You can see right now it has active. If I were to click on the March, it's the same contract, but active will always pull up just the very first one that's there. From here, we're going to go ahead and change the time frame here. You can see in this drop-down menu, you've got different ones. We're just going to stick with the 5-minute chart just to give you just a basic overview here. We'll go ahead and remove everything off there. So this is just a standard chart. To slide this, if you left-click, you can see left-click will let you kind of move the chart back and forth. If you right-click on it, it'll let you zoom in and zoom out on the bottom. Same thing here. If you left-click here, it'll let it shift this way. If you right-click here, it'll let kind of reformulate the chart. If you want to set it back to its natural settings, just click this little green A button in the top right corner, and that will set it back to just its factory settings there. From here, just a couple of other features. You want to make sure that you're on candlestick charts. So you would select this one here. If you want to change your candlestick charts, again, everything's off of a right click. So if you click Studies, what this is going to do is this is going to pull up the Studies window where you're able to add indicators, things of that nature. So here's some studies here. Very first one, we're just going to add Bollinger Bands. So if you just double click that, these are Bollinger Bands. This is something you will see in the trade room. And you'll notice how price tends to trade within these bands. So it's just kind of a measurement of volatility. So those are pretty common as far as those go, but just kind of get familiar with that. If you go to Properties and then just drag this open, me personally, I don't like the color red, so I tend to change this to green for my winning as far as price going up, and then I'll change this to a separate color for going down. It's just preference. Your eyes are drawn to red colors, so it tends to be something that can be kind of a negative overtone there. And then from here, you can adjust the time frames. If you come over here, it's kind of cool. You've got you can select minutes. So if you wanted like a 10-minute chart, which you didn't see in the factory settings, you can do that. You can also change in here volume traded. Tick range is another one that's pretty common. We'll use that one quite a bit. But this just gives you some basic features. You can change the time frame there. And then we're going to change this actually to a slightly darker green, just because I want to be able to see those a little bit better. Not giving me the exact ones. Go ahead and stick with that there. Again, same thing with Bollinger Bands. If you just select this and here, you can come over here and you can change the colors to whatever you like. But that's pretty standard. Rising fill, you can change this to a hollow. So you can see how it turns it into a hollow fill rather than a solid fill. If you wanted to do that, colors are based on open, high, low, close. You can do it based on previous. But for right now, we're just going to keep it as open, high, low, close, just like that. So anytime you add an indicator, this is where you're going to be able to adjust those indicators. It's going to be in this section here. Once you've adjusted the settings that you like, if you come over here to account, you can come over here and just kind of get a feel for enable trading, things like that, where you can make sure things are going. P&L, it'll show you unrealized P&L. You kind of play around with that a little bit on the price action. If you go over here to general, this is what I was trying to show you. You can go save as default. So every time you open a chart, it'll default to these settings. So that's kind of nice. A lot of people like to see that as it relates to their trading, that anytime they open a chart, that they'll get the exact price action that they're looking for. So this is a pretty common way to set up your charts. Now, depending on how many charts you want to have open, we tend to recommend you want to have the S&P, NASDAQ, kind of the 4 that we follow. So if you go back there, so if you go to chart again, type in NQ, select this, it's going to come up with your same settings. So that's why you always want to kind of save it. And you can set this up however you want. If you want to have it as 4 boxes here, you're able to set this up just like this here. It's where you're able to see. Click on that again, go to chart. We'll pull up the 6J or the Japanese yen here. See what it's doing. Refigure the chart over there. You can see how I kind of create this into 4 boxes. It's nice to have multiple monitors, just so if you know you can have multiple monitors and put all of your charts on those multiple monitors. And then one more chart. We're going to pull up CL, which is oil. Again, the exact same charts that we use in the, not only in the trading room, but in the when we set up our actual trading platform. You can see here, you can adjust it. Select whatever colors you want. I just was going through and just kind of randomly picking colors. I'm not really a fan of that green just because I can't really see full price action. The blue stands out really nicely, but the green is a little bit harder to see there. This is just a real basic layout for you though. You can highlight it and select it. I'm going to go ahead and minimize it just like that. Pretty much how you want it to look. Now, if you want to add certain things to this, again, everything's done on a right click, and then you can come to studies. And then if you wanted to add moving averages or volume or any of those types of things, they're all through here. And we'll have additional videos on actually setting up additional indicators. If you want to remove an indicator, all you have to do is just click on your chart and it'll say remove. So you can just come over here and remove indicators. You want to add it back, again, just a right click, study. You'll see Bollinger Bands is this option right there. You can just come back here and click it. So just go to Studies, Bollinger Bands. There you go. So that's pretty much how you want to set up your charts. These are the 4 markets that you guys will see in the live trading room. So it's nice to be able to have something that you're able to compare and just get a real good grasp for. One other thing that we're going to be talking about in more depth. From the chart, if you come up here to this section here and you go to contract, what contract is this is the actual trade ladder that you're able to buy and sell based on the Japanese yen. Like right now, if you think the yen's going to go up, you could buy on this side here, and then these are the sells. So this is the volume. You got 102 contracts right now, 5 contracts, people wanting to buy, and you got 54 that are wanting to sell at 46. So this is the current price. If you were to buy, you'd get filled at the yellow. Again, we're going to talk more specifically on how to use the trade ladder in some additional videos. But this is just a real basic view here that you can go ahead and just get that set up and get your charts kind of set up. If you want to zoom into a chart, you can just open it all the way, get a real good feel for what's going on. Just come back over here and just select it back down, and then you can create it the same size. Again, going back to our original basic setup here. Hopefully you found this video informative. Again, we want to just get you a little bit more familiar with the charting and being able to set up your charts and get you ready for the live trading room.